Previously on GameSlayer.
Are you completely insane? Those bastards. They set the bomb to go off at 1 instead of 0. Find me those plumbers. How is all of this happening before the first episode?
And now...
Hello and welcome to GameSlayer. I'm Galdon, and I'm going to be reviewing some free and cheap games. Now, for far too long, these games have been relegated to 1 or 2 word reviews and the occasional, "it didn't work" review. But there are plenty of gamers who don't have money, or at least don't have very much, or just have better things to spend their money on. So, I know how annoying it is to find games to be unplayable due to monetization, or even just to plain suck. And it's not a pleasant experience. Even if you don't drop any money into it, the time you spend on a game still counts for something. So, that's what I'm going to be doing here. Hopefully I'll have my camera up and move on from this webcam sooner or later. Hopefully sooner than later. Anyways, let's get into the first game. Now, this first game I will be reviewing is called Zombie Frontier. No, not Dead Frontier, which is completely different, even though Google pretends that they are the same. Zombie Frontier is a smartphone game, and like many smartphone games, its true motive is to cash in as much money as possible from the player. Now, I have no objection to game designers making money. I'm a game designer, albeit an amateur one, and I have to say, I would love to make money off of my games. However, when monetization interferes with one's enjoyment of a game, that means it was very poorly implemented. Watch Extra Credits. They actually have a recent video on monetization that explains this way better than I can. So I will be doing these reviews in 3 parts. First, the core gameplay by itself, no bells and whistles. The extras, which would be story, music, sounds, and general polish. And monetization, and its impact on the game's enjoyment, assuming you are playing without paying any extra money beyond a potential purchase price. So first up, the gameplay. This game plays as a first-person stationary shooter. Instead of enemies popping up and down from behind cover, you actually do have enemies that move around and generally move towards you. You get bonus damage for shooting zombies in the head, and there are a lot of guns, upgrades, and general equipment to choose from. In this game, you will have the option to pick between various missions scaled by difficulty, green being the easiest, yellow being harder, and red mainly being boss fights. The art is fairly good, and the gunfire is reasonably realistic, or at least not so unrealistic that it would be jarring to a player. The general story is fairly unoriginal though, and you will very likely see the same story about Captain Nemo 1,000 times by the time you're level 5. There isn't much to say for polish. The general appearance and format looks more like a Facebook game than anything else. Kind of fitting actually, because the foremost goal of this game is clearly to farm money from the players. Every aspect of this game seems to be built around making a player have to spend money. There's a rising and falling level of difficulty quite similar to the Skinner box, actually frighteningly similar to the Skinner box. Once you unlock a new weapon or get some new upgrade, you seem invincible. Suddenly zombies are dropping like flies and it feels good. The game actually becomes fun. But before this can go on for more than a handful of missions, the zombies start to take more hits, and they start coming out in larger and larger numbers. Or new zombies start to appear, especially those damn bats that make you aim up above all the other zombies and look way off in other directions. If you can't kill the bats in 1 or 2 shots, then you're just going to get swamped. you have grenades, which, surprise, surprise, you have to buy with gold coins. 4 gold coins apiece. The typical reward for a mission is 1 to 3 gold coins. In any given mission, though, after you hit level 5 at least, you'll need 2 to 3 grenades to survive. The zombies will just start pouring out in waves far too thick for your gun at the time to handle, and the only way to survive is to drop a grenade and wipe them out. If you don't buy grenades and lose because you got overwhelmed, you're also likely to see this screen, telling you that they recommend you upgrade to some fancy new gun with high stats that you could only afford if you bought coins. They also sell cash in the shop, which is used for purchasing gun upgrades, new guns, and ammo. Yes, ammo. You actually have to pay for ammo in this shooter. The entire gameplay is based around using bullets. And quite often, if you're not able to win the difficult missions you have been handed, you'll probably lose more money on bullets than you collect from kills. Long story short, too late. If you're willing to drop maybe $5 or $10 into this game, you're likely to have a good time. This isn't a badly made game. However, if you're broke or you just don't want to pay out cash on it, you're more or less out of luck. There is the option of completing offers in exchange for some gold and cash, but I mean, a lot of those require you to install another app and play those. So, overall, I'm disappointed just a second. Oh no, get over here. Get it. Alright, I'll catch y'all.